Welcome to Inspire and Move, the show that inspires you to create, connect, and grow. I'm going to bring you meaningful conversations, aha moments, and all the motivation you need to up-level every part of your life. I'm Ali Aruda, founder of Inspire and Move, and your personal hype girl. I've gone from fashion school to celebrity stylist to corporate marketing to brick-and-mortar entrepreneurship with my husband, each time learning incredible lessons how to pivot, reimagine, and implement the steps to become successful. I'm passionate about inspiring others to live their best life, a life of joy. We have the power to design a life that we love, because life is too short not to. The best part is that you weren't meant to do this alone. If you feel like you are meant for more, let me ride shotgun with you, and together, let's get you to where you want to go. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Ali Aruda, and we have a quick one today because we are coming in hot off of a week away in Newport Beach, California, which if you follow me on social, you know that Matt and I love it there. And at the time of recording this, we also just wrapped up our weekly call with the Mentor Collective Mastermind. That is the mastermind that Chris and Lori Harder run, that we are coaches in, we are hosts of, and we are coaches in. And it is such an amazing group of humans. We really, truly just feel so grateful for the opportunity. And then for context, the Elite Entrepreneur Mastermind is also run by Chris and Lori Harder. And this is for anyone that is generating $500,000 or more in their business. So the Mentor Collective Mastermind is sort of what they call zero, but it's not zero. It'd be like maybe 25K to 500K. And then the Elite Mastermind is 500K and above. And holy smokes, there are some super powerhouse people in that group that we are so grateful to call such great friends now. But they are, 7 and 8 figure earners. And it's really, truly inspiring. And I actually feel like there is so much value I want to share with you all on the show. But Matt and I still have so much downloading to do because we really enjoy being able to go to these experiences together and intake, double the knowledge, but we're also going to take things in a very different way and also have very different conversations, because a big part of the mastermind, which in this case is 4 days long, there's a lot of breakout groups, whether it's, 3, 4, 5 people, or you're just sort of masterminding with another buddy, and then you're going to switch to somebody else. And they really have curated an amazing experience, and we just love it. So you get to do in-person in October, and you get to do in-person in March. In this case, we did March earlier this year, and this was our second in-person event of the year, as well as monthly calls. So just wanted to paint a little picture. If you are new to the show, new to following me, connecting with me, then you're probably wondering, what is a mastermind? Which I was actually saying to my trainer last week before we went away. I was like, maybe I need to actually do more content surrounding what is a mastermind, because in the last few months, I have had a lot of people ask me, what is mastermind? As if it's a brand or a business. And for someone like myself, who is very personal development heavy, I say, wait, what's a mastermind? You don't know what a mastermind is. So, hey, I am so I understand that not everyone knows. There's probably things in industries that I don't know about that I would probably ask, what is insert thing I don't understand or I don't know. So if that resonates, drop me a DM and we can absolutely chat more, maybe even do kind of a Q&A with some of my friends that also attend masterminds and some of my friends that like to run masterminds. But today's topic, what I wanted to share is 3 powerful questions that you can use, and maybe grab a notepad and paper or take some notes in your phone. If you're driving, please don't do that. Please, both eyes on the road. But these were questions that we got to experience at the Elite Mastermind last week. And I believe that, it's my responsibility and my duty to pay it forward to all of you to share some powerful takeaways with what Matt and I got to experience, what we got to learn, what we got to talk about in the time that we were away in Newport Beach at the mastermind that we chose to invest in. So grab your notepad, grab a pen and paper, and that's the same thing actually, notepad, paper, but you catch my drift. Okay, so question number 1, and I'll also provide context here that this doesn't need to be in a super stuffy networking setting. These particular questions were on cards that we got to read and, chat amongst ourselves poolside. We had a beautiful lunch after playing pickleball all morning. They're really great at curating. They're really amazing at curating an exceptional experience. And I love that there's always movement. We actually led a benchmark fitness workout class the Wednesday morning. then played pickleball, then had a great lunch, and then we got to just sit and hang out by the pool the rest of the afternoon, which allowed for really intentional time to drop in with our peers. And they provided these question cards to just curate great conversation rather than like, oh, have you FaceTimed your kids, or how's your dog? Things that, those are important, but you are there for a reason. You've chosen to invest the time, your energy, and your dollars to be away. So why not extract the best possible experience? So, question number one, networking question number one: who is somebody that would be an ideal connection for you in order to boost your life or your business? Now, I think what's really powerful here about this question, and something that we actually truly experience in the room, is that there is this amazing balance and synergy between what you do in your life and what you do in your business. And this is something that Matt and I are getting really fired up about when it comes to servicing our clients, the clients that we coach and we support, that there is absolutely a very strong alignment between how you start your day, what you do in your day, how you generate energy, and how that correlates into your business. So instead of just looking at it for, okay, like what can I get? It's, how can you set yourself up for your successful day? But also thinking about how can you connect with people in meaningful ways? Not just like, hey, who can you connect me to? Who can you introduce me to? They will in due time, but think of it more from a value add and a service and relationship building. So I think I wanted to just sort of break that down in two folds, because how you can boost things in your life and your business starts by how you set yourself up for success in the day, but also how you set yourself up for success when it comes to building relationships. And that's been a massive thing for both Matt and I in our past business life when we were working in corporate, which we've actually been kind of drawing some attention to in some of our conversations just between him and I about experiences we've had. And we actually are so grateful that we spent years working for someone else, because it has allowed us to really tap into things that we loved, or maybe that we didn't love as much, that we want to do differently. And it's something that we can still now as entrepreneurs apply into our life and our business today. So really trying to take this networking question and think about how you can be of service to that person asking the question, or how you can, ask that question, receive, and maybe pour back into that person that can support you. So even as an example would be, an ideal connection would be a brand strategist who helps female founders clarify their story. And if you hear someone saying that, then you can maybe immediately think of someone in your circle, in your business, in your network, and make that connection next day and open that door for someone. And then taking that one step further, there is a proper way and an etiquette to make introductions. Now, I think it definitely depends on how well you know this person. I have friends that I do introductions to, and I know them both really well. So I'm actually going to put them on a text, and I'm going to do a voice note introduction. I think being able to provide good energy and edify the person. I'm going to use my friend Christina Bartold as an example, because she's amazing at doing introductions for me, and I like to think that I'm also great at doing introductions for her. She and I are really good friends, and we met in a mastermind. And I feel very comfortable, depending on who I'm connecting her to, sending a text introduction with a voice note. But if there's somebody else that's much more of a professional relationship, you want to ask for permission. Do you mind if I connect you with so-and-so? And then if you get their blessing, then connect via email. And again, edify the person. I like to do a little line about, okay, this is this person. Sally, I'm so excited to connect you with Christina Bartold. She has an amazing event called High Vibe Women. This is the opportunity. Okay, Christina, I'm so excited to connect you with Sally. Sally is amazing because X, Y, and Z. And then you put the ball in their court to book a call, have a discovery, coffee, chat, whatever it may be, and see if the opportunity is in an alignment. But I think you want to be really respectful of people's time and energy and contact information and network. But I think also having that mindset that you are always working for your network. And Matt and I have shared that in episodes together on the show, because we learned that from Brendan Bouchard at one of his live events. And he is amazing at just always paying it forward for his network and for his people. So thinking about that. So hopefully this has created some ideas for you when it comes to connections and your network, that who is somebody that would be an ideal connection for you in order to boost your life or your business. Okay. Question 2. What is something that you are working through behind the scenes that people may not be aware of? So this question kind of breaks through the highlight reel. And I feel like there's like a love-hate relationship with Instagram and TikTok and YouTube when it comes to highlight reel. But being able to ask someone this question face-to-face in a really comfortable, casual setting, this allows you to be raw and human and helps you connect and help other people connect with you on a deeper level. And that type of connection creates trust and a deeper relationship, not just like surface level networking, which goes back to the whole purpose of having these questions. And I think it is pretty fair to say that everyone is always working through something all the time. Life's hard. Business is hard. Relationships are hard. We're always working through something, but not everyone talks about it in a business setting. So you definitely want to, kind of gauge the energy and where it is appropriate to talk about it. But I think when you are investing in rooms like this, where there is a common through line, there's a common shared value that you have all chosen to invest big dollars, whether it's, $25K or $75K, and it's 4 days or 2 days, you've all made the choice intentionally to be there and spend your time, your energy, and your money to be in that room. So why wouldn't you want to get vulnerable? Why wouldn't you want to go deep and build really special relationships? Matt and I have been talking a lot about that leading up to the trip last week, during that trip, and coming back, is that what a gift that we have made so many incredible friendships. Now, unfortunately, we don't all live around the corner from each other and can have, a Friday happy hour, but you could send voice notes, you can send videos. I was texting with my friend Melissa earlier today, and we were both wearing the same Benchmark sports bra. So you can just drop in with these people, and it has been such a gift for us to really expand our friendship circle, because we all have this like shared value of wanting to be better in life and in business. Again, just going back to that question 1, when talking about life and business, they have such a beautiful connection, and why wouldn't you want to be better in both areas? So this is another great one that you can just add in, make a note. What is something that you are working through behind the scenes that people may not be aware of? And going back to the notion, actually, I want to make a point here also about the highlight reel, that this was something that was shared. I think Lori shared it on our Mentor Collective Mastermind call today, about how you can show up on your social media. I'm going to use Instagram because that's where I'm the most prominent for myself, that you can be the expert. You can show up as an expert in, nutrition or fertility or fitness, or you can be aspirational and you can really work towards like, what is this life? And I think that's very aesthetic and you want to showcase things, or you could actually be a combination of both. So how can yes, there's this notion of the highlight reel, but is there a way that you can infuse some of that into your content that is aspirational, that inspires people to think bigger, take action, dream bigger? Because life doesn't happen when you're just in your comfort zone. Like, you're not going to get growth and change from doing the same things. You have to try new things. Use an example from the gym. You can't get stronger or lose fat if you're just going to do the same things. Like, I'm just going to walk for 20 minutes on the treadmill. I'm not going to address my nutrition. I'm not going to get my heart rate up. I'm not going to lift heavy weights. The change that you want, you are not going to achieve. You have to do the hard things to achieve what you want. Same thing in business. If you're not going to take risks or invest in yourself and invest in your business, you likely are not going to get the results that you want. So just use this as inspiration to give yourself permission and share it with others to take the risks and do the big things. Okay, question 3. I feel like I was getting really fired up there for a whole bunch of things. So there's a whole more, another part 2 on some other topics coming up next for you guys. All right, question 3. What is the most radical change that you're going to make for 2026? Now, this is an exciting time to think about this question, you guys, because at the time of recording, we are here at the end of October. You have 2 months left to smash those goals for 2025 and set yourself up for success for 2026. So this is a bolder question. This allows you to think bigger, maybe take risks with how you want to think, and really articulate what is it that you want to do next. Not the safe version. Don't be vanilla, don't be safe, but think more boldly. What is that audacious goal that you have, the thing that you want to try? Who is it that you want to become? Radical goals and ideas doesn't necessarily mean reckless. It means you have intention and you know you want to take action. And then you can have that transformation that you take that action. Again, it could be something in fitness. That's a very familiar topic to me. I'm very passionate about living a healthy life and looking a certain way and feeling a certain way and being able to do things. I've been traveling a lot recently. I don't want anyone to help me with my suitcase, putting it over the head bin. Like, I want to do that myself because I can. This is like a lifestyle hack of weight training and doing overhead extensions and mobility. So get really clear and focused on what is it that you want to achieve in 2026. And this might be a great opportunity for you to do some journaling. Put on some nice little like lo-fi chill music, light a candle. I have a tea in front of me right now as I'm recording this, and just get really clear on what it is that you want to create for 2026. If you have someone that you want to do this with, why don't you take this question, book a date with someone who's kind of like, your business bestie, or maybe there's a few of you, and you mastermind on this together, because this will help you set yourself up for success for next year. I would even suggest maybe like a brain dump. Just write, just free write. What is it that you want? And then go from there to maybe circle, like, where are there common patterns? Where do you maybe need to hire because there's more things that you want to do, but you can't do it all. So maybe you need to outsource. Maybe you need to give something up. Maybe you need to release something. But just put everything down on one page, and then you can go for a next step from there, and then a next step from there, and eventually have a clear action plan. Where is it that you need to invest? Do you need to invest in rooms, in accountability, and in coaching? Do you need to collect a few new friends that will help you keep you accountable to your goals? Do you need to switch up the environment that you're in and where you spend your time? I'll give you one example here for making changes in 2026, but even just an example of making change is that when Matt and I bought Benchmark in 2019, or it used to be called the Gym on Pearl, and we knew we wanted to rebrand it. And we knew so clearly that we wanted to make changes. And we bought it in, 2019, June 2019. So we were going to take action for the final 6 months of the year. But we were getting very clear on how we wanted 2020 to start. The irony is actually 2020 started like a dumpster fire. So perhaps this isn't the best example. But being able to be really clear on what it is that you want to achieve and how you want to evolve. So if I could prompt you with this, what would it look like if you stopped playing small in 2026? What's the big, audacious move that would change everything for you? What would you need to start doing to do that? Take some time to reflect on that. I'm really excited for you guys to take these questions and see how you can, maybe work on them by yourself, maybe work on them with your partner, or maybe get a group of friends together, some business besties. I've come off a week-long time of like amazing events and being in big event energy. So I actually need a little bit of integration time myself. But if you are ready to just, hit go, you've got effectively 60 days, let's call it, left of the year to finish out strong. Do some of this work. And before we wrap things up here, I'll reread all 3 questions just in case you were so deep in your note taking and you forgot what I said. So question 1, who is somebody that would be an ideal connection for you in order to boost your life or your business, or both? What is something that you are working through behind the scenes that people may not be aware of? What is the most radical change that you're going to make for 2026? I'm really excited for you guys. And as I said, I feel like it is my responsibility to be able to share the knowledge that we soak in when we make these investments that I can pour back into you. Because at the end of the day, I just want everybody to be able to win. I want to provide value. I want you to win. I want you to have, a better year over year over year. And that goes deep in terms of how you feel, how you look. Do you look healthy? Do you feel healthy? Do you feel strong? Do you feel lit up? Do you feel dialed into your business and what it is that you were meant to do, the lives you're going to change and impact? And part of doing all of that is also being really aligned in what it is that you're consuming. What kind of personal development journey are you on? So I'm so excited to share that with you. And if you are listening to all this and you're fired up, or maybe you're also kind of confused, like I need to level up and I need support and I need help, just connect with me. My Instagram details are always in the show notes. And Matt and I are so excited to help you guys one-on-one. That technically it's two-on-one. You get, two of us. And you to really lock in what are your goals for 2026 for your business, for your fitness. Because if you're working with us, fitness is a part of it. So spoiler alert, we're going to get you moving. We're going to get you stronger and more vibrant and more energy. And we're going to help you really get that momentum for your business. So if that feels like a hell yes to you, shoot me a DM. Let's chat. Let's see if it's a mutually beneficial fit. And we can't wait to support you and see you on the other side. So as always, you guys, sending you so much love, so much gratitude for you being here, for listening, being part of the community. And if this resonated, share this with a friend. Share it on Instagram, give me a tag, and I can't wait to reshare it and connect with you. So sending you so much love. Thanks, everyone. Until next time, see you soon. Thank you so much for listening. If you loved this episode, it would mean so much to me if you took a few seconds and shared this on social media, sent it to a friend, or left a 5-star review. There is power in community, and I'm so grateful to have you part of mine.